Well, since we're in Bradford for the launch of this Labour Party Manifesto, we thought we'd talk about voter engagement here in Bradford. And Dermot Bolton is with an organisation called Politics in the Pub, which tries to inspire political participation and debate in the pub. Where better to talk about politics? Just tell us how it works, Dermot.
Well, absolutely. Thanks very much, Ben. At the end of the 2015 election in Bradford West, a lot of people got together at Bradford Brewery on the day after the general election. People from the Labour Party, Conservatives, Lib Dems, Greens, UKIP. Don't think George Galloway could make it somehow, but otherwise it was a terrific environment, really. Lots of people had things to celebrate. But most importantly, people were talking about politics. People were engaging, and they were engaging with each other on a human level and discussing issues that they felt were important. And it was a bit of inspiration for myself and my friend John that we could do something with this, that there really was an appetite to talk about politics in Bradford and probably beyond. And ideally outside of those social media echo chambers where people are just hearing the same things all the time and not hearing any new ideas. And
hearing themselves quite often, yes.
Well, indeed, or just people or following people who just agree with them all the time. And
so the idea of this is you get together in different pubs around Bradford and you just talk about politics. Doesn't matter what political background you come from.
Well, indeed, it doesn't matter what background you come from. In fact, we encourage as much political diversity as we can. Pubs are a great place for talking, but it's a little bit more formal than that. We tend to have a subject, and we often have a panel, and we have an audience Q&A and engagement. Sometimes we have a situation where we have breakout groups and we discuss a serious issue. And these conversations can be about local issues, regional issues, or national issues. It depends who we can get and what we can do. And we have Lords, MPs, councillors, and just members of the public who are interested in politics, because politics is for everybody.
It is, and of course we had the last general election wasn't that long ago. Then we had the referendum. Some people say there's sort of voter apathy, there's election fatigue, but you're finding there's a high level of engagement?
Well, I mean, obviously people who choose to come to talk about politics in a pub would be obviously by definition engaged. And we're very interested in supporting Bradford as well, so we run those events in the city centre.
And what are people talking about? What sort of issues are they interested in?
Well, all of the national issues, of course, but I think with Bradford there are some particularly key ones. Education has always been an area that really needs work on in Bradford. You know, we need investment in education in Bradford. The recent school funding formula is going to be hitting Bradford very, very hard. So Nick Weller came out with a terrific Northern Powerhouse education report. He's one of our Bradford Academy heads. And we're looking at ways in which we can transform education in Bradford. That's a really, really big one. But I think the other ones that comes to mind is about devolution. Yorkshire and Bradford, we want to look after ourselves. We want to do our own thing. We know what the important issues are, and we want to be able to tackle them ourselves. And this government has talked a lot about Northern Powerhouse, but hasn't delivered for Yorkshire and hasn't delivered for Bradford.
OK, well, you can talk about that in the pub, amongst other issues, and you've got the Labour Party Manifesto now, so you can talk about that. Dermot Bolton from Politics in the Pub, thank you very much indeed. Well, I'm not going to the pub right now, but